Joining me here at the AVS Architectural Vision System stand is Steve. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. Welcome back. What have you brought to show us this year, to wow us with this year?
Well, there's a lot of bits we've been working on over the last couple of years, thanks to COVID. It's given us some time in the factory, and we've got some very, very large pivot doors, some deco line doors to recreate that steel look from for the original doors, but with an aluminium system, so you get better thermal efficiency. And we've got some PAS 24 sliding doors where we've been going through the testing.
How about we look at these big 5-meter pivots first of all? And this is, I mean, sometimes you struggle to capture the scale of something on camera, but trust me, having seen these open just now and see the space that it creates, the vision, as I know you describe it as, it really is quite a wow moment. Open us up and just chat us through what we're seeing here, Steve.
Very simple operation. Most houses in the UK are about 4.5, 5 metres wide. Yep. This way, very simply, we can open up the whole of the back of the house in two very easy moves. And there we have it. The whole of the back of your house is open, locked in place. You've now got windbreaks offering full protection in this inside-outside space, making it a really genuine inside-outside working space.
So, I mean, you've got some very large bits of glass here for a start, but you know, it's incredible. Like you say, it opens up the whole of the back of the house here, and it creates that sense of space. I'm just gonna walk inside and try and get a sense of what it's. This is probably about as wide as my kitchen is, and this would be amazing, frankly. I love this. What's the response been to it, Steve?
It's been very, very, very popular, very popular. Obviously, there are cost implications to it. It's very much of a top-end product, but certainly when most people see it and they get the vision of the fact that you just open up and you've got that wind protection, the weather protection area, yeah, we hope it's going to be a winner. Designed for the average English property, so it's good. Yeah, we will see, but very, very popular so far.
Actually, on that wind protection thing, when you lock that door in place, that's got to have a pretty strong lock, just in case you are getting some lateral winds, right?
Well, yeah, but also we have the chute bolts in the door, so you can actually lock it in the open position as well. Although the floor springs will hold it as it is here, but yeah, actually lock it in place as well.
Windproof for the British summer. This is very different aesthetic here, but I've been really drawn to these as I'm starting to see them come onto the market. Just chat us through what we're looking at.
Well, essentially, we're looking at a very small profile so that we can comply with the new building regulations kicking in. We've got to get the U values down, and unfortunately using steel and other heavier metals that are going to keep the profile small, it's just going to become very, very difficult. So we've used aluminium, but rather than relying on the aluminium to do the work, we've thickened the glass up, so the glass is now the solid item. Thus, we can reduce the frame right down to this minimal. It's the smallest sight lines on the market of any door. We've built in then the additional spacer bars so that we create that real feel of this 1920s, 1930s steel door, but in an environment where we're expecting to have more efficient lifestyle and better U values.
And I'm finding myself drawn more and more to this look as well. Like you say, that 1920s, 1930s, maybe early 1940s, I don't know, but this is, you're getting the benefits of the aesthetic without the problems of those original windows, which belong in the 1930s and 40s, frankly. You got one other thing that you wanted to show us as well. Do we need to rush? We're going to go through the big pivots, and let's have a look at what we've got in here. PAS 24.
If we come to the outside, we get a better view of it, but it's...
Mind the steps, gents.
It's essentially 20mm sight lines. We've got a frame that's designed to be built into the ceiling, into the floor, and visually you just get that 20mm sight line at the joint. It's all PAS 24 tested. We also have a trickle ventilation system. Now, part of the new building regs that are being talked about in the window industry is trickle vents. Yes. Everybody's dreading it. Two-storey house has got to have 8,000 cubic millimetres, single-storey dwellings 10,000 cubic millimetres, and we've got to somehow build that in. So
that's kicking in very soon as well, isn't it?
It is very much so. So we've designed in here, within the frame, a trickle ventilation system. And to give it some perspective, the slots start here and end here, and that is your 8,000.
Perfect, perfect. So even in what many people would have assessed to be a really tricky standard to meet, you found a way to do it, and it doesn't impact the aesthetics at all.
It doesn't impact the aesthetics, it's not increasing the aluminium on show, and it's concealing it within the frame, so we can keep the U values down, the energy rating up, and still comply with the ventilation.
Really good stuff. Listen, Steve, thank you so much for chatting us through 3 really exciting, really interesting products that I'm sure will get a lot of attention here at Fit Show 2022. Before we do wrap up, obviously we're back here. How's it been being back to doing Fit Shows in person, not over Zoom or whatever?
Talking to people and meeting people, absolutely fantastic, wonderful. You know, it's just so nice to shake hands and see people rather than over a Zoom call. And I'll tell you what, yeah, it's been great to see so many people come back out to the show as well. It's been a very, very impressive start to the day.
Steve, it's been great to see you too. Thank you very much for taking time out to speak to us today. All the best for the rest of this year's show. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you.